Hello friends, welcome back to my video series on analysis of determinate structures. So we were in the process of solving few numerical examples on energy methods and energy principles. In the previous video I have solved one simple beam in which we were able to find the deflection at the free end of the beam. Now we'll take this simply supported beam and we'll see how to find the things. Now the problem goes like this. Determine the displacement of point C and the slope at point B. EI is constant for this beam, so we have to use virtual work principle. Here it is a roller support and here it is a pin support, and we have load P exactly at the center. The total span of the beam is L and the load is exactly at the center of the beam. Now first step what I have to do is, in virtual work principle, I have to remove this external load, and instead of external load I have to put a unit load at point C. Now why I have to put a unit load at point C itself, not anywhere else, is we have been asked to find the displacement at point C, and also to find slope, instead of this external load P, I have to apply a moment of 1 kilonewton meter at point B, and we have to proceed. So what I will do, I will take the same beam and I will apply 1 kilonewton point load exactly at point C. Okay, I have drawn the same beam with 1 kilonewton point load at point C, and we can easily calculate these reactions. So this reaction will be half kilonewton, and of course this reaction will also be equal to half kilonewton. Now what I will do, I will take this point, that is point A, as the origin. So let me just mark that point here. So this is A, this is also A. I will take this as the origin and I will measure all my x distances like this. I will measure all my x distances like this. So I will take a section somewhere here and let that section be at a distance x from point A. Okay, now when I do that, let me just draw that segment separately here. Okay, I have taken this segment separately now here. So there is a reaction of half kilonewton and there is a section which is at a distance x from point A. So now here we will have a moment which will be let me call that moment as, say, delta m. So now this delta m will be obviously equal to half times x, but it will be with a positive sign because this load at this section will cause a sagging bending moment, so it will be half times x. So this is a virtual moment what I got. Now similarly I will try to find the real moment. For that, what I will do, I will take a section in the real beam. I will take a section somewhere here which is once again at a distance x from point A, and I am measuring all my x distances from point A, taking point A as the origin. Now in this case I can clearly say that the reaction here will be, of course it will be P by 2, and the reaction here will be also be P by 2. So let me draw that segment separately here. Okay, now I have drawn that segment separately. So there is a reaction of P by 2 and there is a section which is at a distance x from point A. So once again here also we will have a moment, and let me call that moment as m, and that will be equal to plus P by 2 times x. So this is actually the real moment. This is the real moment and this one is the virtual moment. So let me write the equation for virtual work principle. Okay, so this is the equation to find the deflection using virtual work principle. So 1 times delta f at C, that is deflection at C, integrating over the entire length of the beam. So this is the virtual moment what we have found, and this is the real moment what we have found. So let me just substitute all those values in this equation. So I substitute all the values here. Now here what I have to do is I have to multiply it by 2, because we have written this equation, that is from here to here, this equation for only for segment AC, but segment CB is also there. This equation will actually give you the strain energy stored in segment AC only, but if you multiply it by 2, we will get the strain energy stored in segment CB also. So for that purpose we have to multiply it by 2. So let me just rewrite this equation. So this 2 and one of the 2 will go out, and I will get 1 divided by 2EI common. So let me take P also as common. So it will be from 0 to L by 2. This will be x square into dx. So if you just solve that, you will get delta F as C as, you will get it as PL cube by 48 EI. So this will actually give you the deflection at C. One first part of the problem we have already solved. There is also a second part. We have to find the slope at point B. So now in the second part we have to find the slope at point B. So for that purpose what I will do is I will remove this external loads, that is the real load I will remove. I will draw this beam and I will apply a virtual moment at B. I can apply either in a clockwise direction or I can apply in a anti-clockwise direction. The final answer will actually tell you whether the slope will be clockwise or it will be in anti-clockwise. So what I will do next is I will take the same beam without the external load, but by applying a virtual unit moment at point B. Okay, I have drawn the beam here. Now I have to find the reactions here. So those reactions easily can be calculated using equilibrium equations. So let me draw those reactions. Yeah, so I will have a reaction here which will be downwards, and here it will be upwards. This value will be 1 by L and this value will also be 1 by L. Now how you can actually judge this one is whether it is downwards or upwards. It is very easy. Now see, this moment for this beam is trying to rotate this beam in the anti-clockwise directions, right? This moment on this beam will try to rotate this beam in the anti-clockwise directions. Now you have to develop the reactions such that those reactions should actually rotate the beam in a clockwise direction. Now you can see this reaction and this reaction will form a couple which will try to rotate the beam in a clockwise direction, and the value of that should be, the moment of these two couples should be equal to 1 to counter interact this 1 kilonewton meter. That's why it should be 1 by L into L, or this 1 by L into L. We know the moment of a couple is force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. So it is force is 1 by L times L, and it will cause a clockwise movement, and this moment is causing an anti-clockwise movement, so that the beam will be in a equilibrium condition. Okay, next we'll proceed further. We have applied a 1 kilonewton meter at point B, and we have to find the slope at point B. So what I will do next, I will try to find what are the virtual moments in segment CB and segment AC because of application of this 1 kilonewton meter. Next what I will do, I will take a section. So somewhere here, let me take a section. Let this be at a distance of say x1, and similarly I will take a section in segment AC. Let this be at a distance x2 from point A. So for segment BC, B is the origin, and for segment AC, A is the origin. So for two segments separately I will try to calculate the strain energy. I will combine them to get the final strain energy. Okay, I have drawn two segments separately. Now when you take segment AC and when you take only this much of segment, so we have a reaction of 1 by L, and we have taken a section which is at a distance x2 from point A. Now because of this 1 by L, we will have a moment here. So let me just draw that moment. Okay, so let me just draw that moment here. So this will be, actually that will cause a sagging bending moment, so it will be 1 by L times x2. Let me call this as, say, delta m2. And now when I come to this segment CB, and we have taken a section which is at a distance x1 from point B, we have a reaction at point B of 1 by L downwards, and we also have a unit moment which is applied at point B. Now because of this moment and because of this reaction, we'll have a moment which will be something like this. So that moment will be, now if you see this moment carefully, this is actually causing the beam to have a sagging, so it will be 1, and this moment because of this reaction will actually make the beam to hog, so it should be minus 1 by L times x1. So I can rewrite this as 1 minus x1 by L. So this is actually delta m1. So this will be delta m1. These two are the virtual moments. Similarly, we can even calculate the real moments because of the application of this 1 kilonewton. We already calculated that real moment here, that is p by 2 into x. Substitute all these things in this equation. So let me just write that. So theta b is equal to, first I will write for segment AC. So segment AC will be having the limits as 0 to L by 2. Delta m2 will be x2 by L, that is this one, multiplied by m2. M2 will be actually the same thing, which will be p by 2 into, instead of x I will write it as x2, p by 2 times x2 into 1 by EI times dx2 plus, now let me write for segment BC, same 0 to L by 2. So delta m1 will be 1 minus x1 by L. Once again the m2 will be p by 2 into x2, sorry, this case it will be p by 2 into x1 times dx1. So just let me just correct this, it is not x square, it is actually x2. So this is how we can do that, and once you solve this, you will get the value of theta b as, you will get it as p L square by 16 EI. So since you are getting positive sign, it means that while applying the virtual moment you had applied in the anti-clockwise direction, so you are getting positive sign. It means that your slope is also in a anti-clockwise direction. So this is how we can find the deflection and slope in case of a simply supported beam. Now here what you can see that why I didn't took to for segment AB and AC separately here is, actually I have taken, that's why I have multiplied it by 2. You can even write that is plus something, okay, instead of that the second term will also be same as the first term, that's why I avoided that and I wrote 2 times. So this is how you can find the deflection and slope. We'll solve some more examples in the next videos. Till then, thank you, bye.